There's only one Meghan I can actually still be civil to, and it's the one sitting to my left. The other one...
You know, she's getting back into acting, Piers. I'm sure you saw that. She's shooting a movie now.
She's playing herself in a movie.
She went nuclear. She went volcanic. She went full detonation mode. And it all started with 6 tiny words that Piers Morgan pulled out of the shadows and hurled straight into the center of the royal universe. But first, subscribe and turn on notifications, because what Piers reveals at the end, the part the palace never wanted aired, will change everything you thought you knew about Meghan Markle. The story begins exactly the way Meghan-related media earthquakes always do, small. A whisper, a late-night rumor, a tiny tremor on social media, until suddenly, the ground splits, and a Piers Morgan-shaped meteor comes flying out of nowhere and turns the internet into molten lava. This time, the explosion wasn't just dramatic, it was historic. Because Piers didn't release a comment, or a rant, or another opinion piece. He dropped a hidden interview, an unreleased archive, a lost recording that had never been aired, never referenced, never leaked. And the moment it surfaced, it didn't just throw shade. It set Meghan Markle's carefully built narrative on fire. So how did we get here? It started when Piers teased an archive project on X. Most people rolled their eyes, expecting light gossip, maybe some palace anecdotes. But then he said something that froze every royal watcher in their tracks. He had found recordings the palace once blocked from being aired. And suddenly, the world waited. Because when Piers Morgan says a palace blocked something, that's not a teaser. That's a warning shot. Piers sits across from a blurred-out guest, voice muffled, face masked. At first, it seems like some low-level staffer. And then the audio clears. A breath. A shift in tone. And one line slices through the static like a knife.
Well, because there were certain things she said in that, and half-wit Harry, her husband. And one of the things they said was that the Archbishop of Canterbury had secretly married them in their back garden 3 days before the wedding.
She always said her plan was bigger than Harry. 6 words. 6 seconds. And the entire internet exploded. Who said it? Why was it buried? And why did Meghan reportedly go ballistic the moment it dropped? Insiders whispered one phrase. She didn't just go nuts. She detonated. According to people close to her camp, Meghan's reaction was instant. Her team wasn't irritated. They were in full meltdown mode. Because that one line didn't just stir gossip. It directly threatened the storyline she's spent years cultivating. The humble outsider. The accidental royal. The woman with no grand ambitions. This clip cracked that image straight down the middle. So Meghan did what she always does when the narrative slips. She pulled the emergency ropes, summoned lawyers, activated crisis managers in the room before anyone had time to breathe. And reportedly, she said the same sentence again and again, voice sharp enough to cut glass. We need to shut this down. We need to shut him down. But the thing about Piers Morgan? He doesn't shut down. He fires up. That same night, he taunted her with 6 more devastating words. There's much more where that came from. That was the moment the scandal mutated from a drama into a Category 5 media hurricane. Reaction videos, analysis breakdowns, voice analysts treating the clip like it was the Zapruder film. Every royal sleuth on YouTube swearing they recognized the rhythm, the inhale, the cadence. And yet Piers stayed silent on the identity, which only made the frenzy worse. Because if someone with credibility said those words to a major broadcaster, why was the interview buried? Who blocked it? Who protected Meghan? And most dangerously, who was finally breaking their silence now? Then came the moment Meghan feared most. The internet found the voice. Not guessed. Not speculated. Found. A tiny TikTok account with barely 3,000 followers posted a side-by-side comparison. The mystery voice against an old public panel appearance. Same cadence. Same breathing pattern. Same habit of punching the last word of a sentence. Within an hour, forensic audio accounts synced the wavelengths. Within 2, Twitter locked on. Within 3, the name was everywhere. And it wasn't a nobody. It was someone who knew Meghan before the titles, before the palace, before the global rebrand. Someone who had been in the room during her transition from Hollywood hopeful to Duchess in training. Someone who saw the blueprint early. The old guard was breaking ranks. And Meghan knew exactly what that meant. By sunrise, her legal team was in full sprint. Inquiries flying to networks, producers, ex-staffers, anyone who might have touched the footage. They wanted names, contracts, NDAs, agreements, anything they could use to threaten, silence, or bury the leak. But the internet doesn't go quietly. Once it's out forever. Mirrors everywhere, backups everywhere. And Meghan knew it. She had lost control of the narrative again. Then Piers escalated. He leaned forward on air and, with that smirk that has launched 1,000 controversies, said, "And now, here's clip number 2. The screen cut to another grainy video. Same masked insider. Same crisp audio. This time they said it plainly. She always said the goal wasn't to join the royal family. It was to outgrow them. 5 seconds. 5 words that detonated the internet again. And in the studio behind Piers, even his own staff gasped. Meanwhile, Meghan's team didn't gasp. They panicked. Full lockdown. Digital triage. Search algorithms watched in real time. Calls that reportedly lasted until 3 in the morning. Because if this insider gave Piers 2 clips, they might have given him 20. And all throughout this chaos, the palace? Silent. Not a whisper. Not a sources close to the royal household say. Nothing. That silence was deafening. Because silence means strategy. Silence means distance. Silence means let her deal with the flames herself. Which terrified Meghan's camp even more. Then something truly bizarre happened. Trevor Engelson, Meghan's ex-husband, the one who has kept a suspiciously perfect silence for years, suddenly spiked in Google searches. Not because he spoke, but because people noticed. He turned off Instagram comments the moment the clip went public, then disappeared offline. And if Meghan was spiraling before, that sent her into orbit, because she knows exactly what Trevor could say. She knows what he witnessed, and she knows the world is desperate to hear it. Multiple sources claim her team reached out immediately, not out of concern, out of containment. Because if one insider flipped, who might be next? Meanwhile, Piers, smelling blood in the water, ended his next broadcast with the most ominous line of the entire saga. We haven't even gotten to the real part of the interview. The internet froze. If this was just the warm-up, what on earth is coming next? Even outlets normally sympathetic to Meghan began stepping back, wording their coverage carefully, hesitant to defend anyone when they don't know what bombshell is about to drop. The next day, reporters outside Meghan's Montecito home described a scene straight out of a political thriller. Security pacing, cars arriving, lawyers entering, lights burning in every room. Inside, one question loomed over the crisis table. How do you fight a ghost from the past when the world is rooting for that ghost to finally talk? Because if this insider is right, if Meghan always intended to outgrow the monarchy, then her entire narrative begins to crack. The innocence, the victimhood, the confusion, the naivety, all of it starts to crumble. And just before signing off once more, Piers delivered the final chill. This story is far from over. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit like, smash subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss the next revelation, because trust me, the next chapter in this saga is even wilder. And now, click the video on your screen to learn the shocking royal secret the palace hasn't acknowledged publicly, but absolutely does not want you to see. This is only the beginning.